Hi everyone! Today, I'll tell you the story of My Sweet Orange Tree. It is a beautiful, heartbreaking masterpiece about the loss of innocence and the power of imagination. It's a story that stays with you long after you've finished it. So, let's journey back in time together. Prologue: The Boy with the Devil in His Skin. I want you to close your eyes and transport yourself to Bangu, a dusty, poverty-stricken neighborhood on the outskirts of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Feel the oppressive heat and the grit of the red earth. Here lives a 5-year-old boy named Zezé. Zezé is a paradox. He learned to read all by himself at an impossibly young age, leading his uncle to believe he's a genius. But to the rest of the neighborhood, and often his own exhausted family, he's a little devil. He greases hallways to make people fall, he builds fake snakes to terrify neighbors, and he has a mouth that knows no filter. Everyone says the same thing: that boy has the devil in his skin. Because of this, Zezé is beaten, often, and brutalized, but we, the listeners, know the truth. Zezé isn't evil, he is just desperate for attention, brimming with too much imagination for his small world to contain. Inside his chest, he doesn't have a devil. He has a little bird that sings. This is the story of how that little bird stopped singing. It is a story about the devastating price of growing up too soon. The discovery of tenderness. The first friend, Minguinho. Zezé's family is drowning in poverty. His father has lost his job, his mother works long hours at a factory, and Christmas is just a day for empty shoes and disappointment. When the family is forced to move to a smaller, shabbier house, Zezé is devastated. In the backyard of this new house, he finds a small, young, sweet orange tree. At first, Zezé ignores it, but in his loneliness, a miracle happens. The tree begins to talk to him. Zezé names him Minguinho, or sometimes Jururuka. Minguinho becomes Zezé's confidant, his horse in imaginary Western movies, and the only listener who doesn't judge him. When Zezé comes home bruised and battered from a beating, he wraps his arms around Minguinho's trunk. In a world that offers him only violence, the tree offers him a safe harbor. Zezé promises Minguinho, "One day I'm going to be a poet with a bow tie." The second friend, Portuga. Then Zezé meets the man who will change his life forever. It starts as a war. There is a wealthy Portuguese man in town, Manuel Valadares, whom the kids call Portuga. He drives the most beautiful car in the neighborhood. One day, Zezé tries to pull a prank, bat surfing, by clinging to the back of Portuga's tire. He gets caught. Portuga doesn't just scold him, he spanks Zezé publicly, humiliating him. Zezé, furious and hurt, swears an oath of vengeance. "When I grow up," he hisses, "I'm going to kill you." But fate has other plans. Later, Zezé cuts his foot badly on a piece of glass. He tries to limp to school to avoid trouble, but Portuga spots him. Instead of anger, the big man shows concern. He picks Zezé up, puts him in that beautiful car, takes him to a doctor, and buys him sodas and treats. It was the first time an adult had treated Zezé with genuine gentleness. The ice melts. The two become inseparable. Zezé discovers that Portuga is lonely too. They share secret adventures, and Portuga becomes the father figure Zezé never truly had. He treats Zezé not as a devil, but as a bright, sensitive child. One day, remembering his old threat, Zezé makes a confession that has become one of the most famous lines in Brazilian literature. "I don't mean I'm going to kill you with a gun, Portuga. To kill is to stop loving. When you stop loving someone, they die inside your heart." Zezé had learned that indifference is far more lethal than a bullet. For the first time, Zezé felt safe. He felt loved. He even asked Portuga to buy him, to adopt him. The Mangaratiba train. But this is a story about the end of childhood, and childhood rarely ends without a scar. First, Zezé learns that the city plans to expand the road. This means Minguinho, his sweet orange tree, will be cut down. Zezé is heartbroken, but he tells himself he can survive it because he has Portuga. Then comes the day the sky falls. Zezé is at school when a whisper runs through the town. The Mangaratiba, the massive commuter train that roars through the neighborhood, has struck a car, a fancy car, Portuga's car. Zezé runs. He tries to get to the tracks, screaming but is held back. The realization hits him with the force of a physical blow. Portuga is gone. The only person who showed him tenderness, has been ripped away. The shock nearly kills Zezé. He falls into a delirious fever for weeks. He vomits, he hallucinates, he refuses to eat. His family thinks he is grieving for the orange tree, but we know the truth. He is grieving the father of his soul. In his fever, Zezé looks up and asks the question that haunts every reader of this book. Why are things told to little children? Why give a child love only to rip it away? Why must children learn the brutality of the world so soon? Epilogue: The Empty Heart. Zezé survives the fever. Physically, he heals. His father finally finds a job, and the family's poverty eases. His father tries to comfort him, promising that now they can buy a new house, maybe plant a new tree. But Zezé is different now. He is quiet. He doesn't play pranks. The devil is gone, but so is the singing bird. He walks to the backyard to say goodbye to Minguinho. The tree is blooming with white flowers, a sign that it too is moving on. Zezé realizes that he doesn't need the tree to be cut down to lose it. He has grown up. The world of fantasy has been shattered by the harshness of reality. Decades later, an adult Zezé writes a letter to the memory of Portuga. He confesses that while he became a successful man, the hole in his chest never truly closed. He ends with a realization about what keeps the human soul alive. Without tenderness, life is nothing. And so, the boy learned the hardest lesson of all. We don't just grow up by getting older. We grow up when we lose our first great love.